Hello to all my friends out there. Well, here we are again. Yes, another tea party. Okay, this is Home Decor on a Budget number 4 and tea time for Mother's Day. So maybe you have a mother, maybe you don't have that much money. Maybe you've got one of those mothers that's got everything and you want to give her something nice. Or maybe you want to give yourself a nice tea party for Mother's Day. They're the easiest parties because you pretty much make everything in advance. Okay, now, where is it? Home Decor on a Budget. Okay, you clean your room, you arrange your furniture, which I haven't done yet, but I'm working on it. And so your furniture placement, and then you work on accessories. So I have a picture. I sell home decor, and that's one of the pictures I sell. And that picture up there is one of the pictures I sell. And I swore off home decor because I said it was a big mess, but you know, there's no end to it. So pictures, tablecloths, plants. Okay. These plants my son bought me today, graciously. And what happened is I was watching, it was Ellen's Abundant Life. Go to Ellen's Abundant Life, and she did a tea, and she mentioned she got some elephant ear plants, and I admire her garden very much. It's a great channel, you guys. So I thought, wow, I wonder if I can find any elephant ear plants. Okay, I wanted to find trees, but trees are expensive. And so I thought, why not just buy plants that will grow big? And I'm working on my patio and they can go in the patio. So for outside, I'm looking for lush, tropical, and green. So that is a watermelon plant because the leaves resemble a watermelon. And this is a Tropicana plant, and this should grow really big, and it also has flowers. And it really rounds out your decor. When I first started this, I thought the pictures and everything would be more expensive, but if you buy things in a thrift store, the plants are actually more expensive. I bought that plant over there half price, so it was a $16 or $17 plant. It was a little wilted, but I figure I could revive it. And then the reason I bought this for $15 full price is because there's 2, 4, 6, 8 plants in there. So I figured that was a pretty good deal. So that's why I bought this. And it's pretty, you know. So, okay. So then the absence of clutter. And I am working on that one. So now we'll talk about some of this stuff in a minute. So you're going to do a tea party, a special tea party. So what you can do is set your table in advance. And then you can cook all of the food in advance, or, you know, make all the food in advance. And so when you get ready to have your tea, you're ready to go. So the first thing I have is tea. Okay, you guys, I'm excited. I've made this tea many times, and this is one of my favorite teas. It is peppermint tea with cinnamon bark. You can use regular cinnamon. I always did. Here's the cinnamon bark. If you've never seen it, it's not expensive. And I have honey and I have lemon. So this is one of my favorite teas. So I had 4 cups of peppermint tea, and I put 2 cinnamon bark in because I was going to put cinnamon bark in my tea. So, okay, so let's have a little tea. Don't fill your teapot too full, or else you'll spill tea on your tablecloth like I did. This is a pretty tea. Ooh, this is a pretty tea. So then I'll put the honey in. I'll have to set this down for a minute. This is one of my, I've done, a lot of my followers have followed me. So honey and know this recipe, but I have a lot of new ones that don't. 1 cinnamon bark and a little lemon juice. This makes one of the best teas, you guys. You will love it. And then, you know, you want to carefully stir your tea from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. No clinking if you can possibly avoid it. Sometimes you can't avoid it. And then you just put your spoon on your plate and let's taste that. That is delicious. I will drink the whole pot. I'm not kidding you. Okay, so now, so what did I make? Well, first thing I made was, I made some tasty chicken sandwiches on mini croissants. And the sandwiches go on the bottom, and I bought my, and don't overload your 3-tier plate. That's a no-no. I have huge 3-tiered plates. And so what I did was I bought those crescents at Walmart on sale. And I had them in the freezer, so I cut them in half. I put butter, and then I made lemon chicken, which I drizzled the chicken with oil. I sprinkled with garlic salt and lemon pepper, and I baked it. It was chicken legs. Then I cut the meat off, and I put salt and pepper, and voila. Okay, so now what? Okay, now, this is the special part, and I never really thought about this. I was just going to make this, and it has been suggested to make these for Mother's Day, and I learned something. The best way to learn stuff is to do it. Okay, so I made some tasty lemon blueberry scones, and I didn't have a cookie cutter, and I made them in triangles because I found out, and I honestly didn't know this, the reason that blueberry or scones are so dry and flaky is they're for dipping in your tea, which makes sense, like the biscotti. So, now, let me give you, okay, I posted a recipe from the Food Network on my Twitter, but this is my recipe that I really love, and I just added, it's right here. I'm gonna put this on Twitter. I just added a half a cup of blueberries too. It makes a lot, a half a batch. So all you need is 2 cups flour, 2 1/2 teaspoons baking powder, 3 tablespoons sugar, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 cup butter, 2 eggs beaten, and 1/4 cup buttermilk. So what I did is I sifted all the dry ingredients together. Then I put an egg in a bowl, and then I put the, I used evaporated milk, and I put about a generous capful of good vinegar so it curdled like buttermilk. And then I mixed that together, and in the, you know, and I beat the egg and the milk, and in the flour, what I did is I had butter in the freezer, so I kind of shaved it in the frozen state and then cut it in good to the flour, and then mixed the, then I mixed the wet ingredients. I made a well, just wetting the dough. Then I put the blueberries on, and then I baked at 425, and keep an eye on them. And so what I did was I greased my cookie sheet with Crisco. Then, while they were still hot, when I first took them out of the oven for a half a batch, I had a quarter cup of powdered sugar, and then I put a half a tablespoon of butter, and I mixed that around, and then I started adding lemon juice little by little, until it was a drizzle, and I drizzled my scones, and they are very, very delicious. Okay, so now if you have been following me, you guys all know about my Thumbprint cookies. This is them. They are tasty. They go on the top. And I rolled them in about I took them out about a tablespoon of dough and rolled it in a ball. And then I put them in the walnuts chopped. You can also use coconut, that's good. And then I use fig jam, but you can use any kind, strawberry jam, any kind you have is really, really good. Now let me give you my Thumbprint cookie recipe. And none of this stuff is expensive to make. And it's everything you should have in the stockpile. I'm going to post this on Twitter for you guys. Just go to Rhoda Stone Twitter. I have all kinds of stuff on there. All kinds of interesting stuff. Okay, so now let me give you a little shot. So these are all of about $12.99 or $14.99 at Marshall's. And I was over there today and I wanted to look around so bad, but there's so many people in there and I'm not fully convinced that the COVID is over. Not even. Okay, and then I bought these tasty cookies at Dollar Tree, because I'm having some Dollar Tree ice cream. But have you guys seen these coconut rounds? I thought they were festive and they are not expensive. Okay, and then I had two kinds of ice cream. I had Butterfingers and butter pecans. So those will taste good with my cinnamon crisp cookies. Okay, now. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Okay, so now. Okay, now, this is Warwick Castle, 1695. That is a medieval castle developed from a wooden fort originally built by William the Conqueror in 1068. So it's an old castle. It's 92.6 miles from London. So it's a good thing I decided to investigate my own painting before I take a little trip to Europe to make sure I don't miss any of the castles. Hopefully you guys. Okay, so let's have a tasty little sandwich, a scone, and a cookie. So here we go. Why these are good combinations, I don't know. Down through the generations, you guys. It's down through the generations. Warwick Castle, they were probably drinking tea. They said that the Queen Mother, she used to have a tea every single day. I go, well, why not? Okay, so this castle, recently, a portion was sold for $21 billion. And they do have tours. So I will be taking a tour. Okay, now, Guy de Beauchamp, 10th Earl of Warwick, was responsible for one of the most notorious incidences in medieval English history. Okay, so what happened? Guy de Beauchamp was abducted, tried, and executed because he was the homosexual lover of Edward II. Edward II. What I didn't know about this. I wasn't up to snuff on my history here. So Guy de Beauchamp was abducted and killed. Okay, so now Edward II, who was the king of England from 1314, well, no, from 1307 to 1327, was only the king for 20 years. And it said he was disposed. And I thought, what's that supposed to mean? He was a hemophiliac, you know, he had consumption. What does that mean? So I looked it up. Well, turns out that he inherited large debts. He took over from a brother as the king. And also, he was unable to defeat the Scots that they had been warring with. So, he was murdered. And so, you might be thinking, duel what? Oh no, it was worse than that. He was impaled rectally, and in his organs were impaled with a red hot poker. So, you know, when I go here, the aristocracy has not had it easy, you guys. Okay, now this is a lithograph up here, 274 of 500, signed litho. So I bought this rather cheap, and if you look at it, it looks like a Fabergé egg. If you notice my earrings, these look like a fan, but I also have matching earrings, and these are like the feet of an owl. I have a lot of this kind of jewelry, and people go, that is occultic, that is creepy. Yeah, a lot of jewelry, and someone said my one print, it was, what is that called? Anyway, some kind of print was creepy. So when you deal in, jewelry and stuff, it is a bit creepy. And I have had stuff that was real creepy, and I actually had to take it out of the house. So that is like an owl, if you can, and it's actually really pretty. This is the kind of work my ex-husband used to do. So these lithos are not cheap to have done. So I assume that, you know, why it's called alien, I'm not sure. But that is that. So now, okay, so now if you are like me from America, it may have never occurred. Now, it did occur to me to dip my biscotti in tea, but not my scones, so let's try that. Okay, that's delicious. If you make these, they're so easy to make. They're not expensive, and they're a great gift. You could make those for the gift. And then, you know, my chicken sandwich is very tasty. So basically, this is everything that's in the stockpile. So that is the idea. And you know, this is not bad. This one's the butter pecan. You know, in better circles, it's a no-no if your ice cream melts. So you guys, this is not bad, and it's not expensive at all. So if you need plants, oh, I forgot to tell you what I got for Mother's Day. Now this is exciting. The rest of this stuff is exciting too. These are good. Have you ever tried these? Perfect for a tea party. My son's wife, Misha, bought me a freezer. I said, what are you doing? Encouraging hoarding? You know, I have like a small dwelling. Now I'm going to have a freezer, so I'm very excited. And I don't know why I wasn't a plant person. There's a bug. Yikes. Yikes. My My son had a centipede. Okay, you guys, I gotta go. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.